What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Trading Crypto. Today we're going over Toshi, which is down 7% today at $151 million market cap. CoinGecko does say Toshi has recently migrated from their old contract to the new one. For more information, please visit this Twitter post. You can do that by yourself, or we can just click it real quick and see what it says. So it's taking us to Twitter right here. And once it loads and takes us to that post, we can get an idea. The Toshi migration was a success. CA trading is now live on SushiSwap V2 with 3% tax, overall 95% LP. So when was this posted? October 9th, 2023. So multiple years ago, really nothing to worry about. Now, if we go back to this, we have the all-time high in this coin 3 months ago at 0.02. All-time lows over a year ago. If you would have bought the all-time low, you would not be watching this channel. You'd be sipping whatever you drink out of coconuts on a beach somewhere. Now, this coin is currently available on the following markets, guys. It's available on actual Coinbase, so big boys. It's available on Coinbase. Gate.io has a leading volume, followed by OrangeX, KuCoin, Bybit, Arbit, Hotcoin. There's 6 different pages of exchanges down here. So if you want this coin, there's a good chance you can find it on an exchange that you have access to. So with that, let's get into the price prediction and technical analysis on Toshi. All right, everybody, let's get into Toshi here. So this is the chart right here, the all-time high and the downtrend that played out with bottoming in April of 2025. So last month it bottomed, and the chart has been seeing a nice, decent recovery since then. So we're looking at the 4-hour time frame right here. That's a rather new coin, well, newish coin here on Coinbase, coming out January 2025. But if we draw from the high to the low right here, the main thing I want to point out is we need to stay above the 236 level at 3666, which as of right now, we are below it. So we want to reclaim that area. The great part is indicators are looking pretty good. We are reset here on the stock RSI at a local bottom. Same with the WTX is in the green, RSI is reset, MACD is reset. So if we look at the 1-day chart, this is where things get kind of interesting. So the 1-day chart, that's a huge red candle that currently spawned in, but we have not put in a lower low yet. So overall, I think the overall momentum for this coin is most likely going to be volatile for the time being. There is that good chance of us heading down to the 618 right here in the long term, which is 3405, which would actually still be bullish for this coin. That'd be putting in a higher low nonetheless. So you have your bottom here, your secondary low. This could bring your third low and then ascend you up to the next high here at the 1236 level. So this coin has been out for multiple years. So there is a chance that we can find a better chart than Coinbase. Let's see if we can look at the MEXC chart for it. I'll probably have a little bit more data that we can use. So similar situation. If we draw a horizontal line at where we're currently finding support at, you can see that this coin has some price history around where we saw that 618 level. Where was that 618 level? Was it right here? I drew correctly. Yeah. So if I draw this correctly, you can see that 618 sitting right on top of this horizontal line that I drew. And I drew this horizontal line because going all the way back to 2024 or the first week in November, this was an area of resistance for us. Resistance, flip support, flip support, flip support, resistance, support. So there's a lot of price history around that 618 or that 33 level. So in the meantime, with the way the indicators are a little hot here on the day chart and the longer term, I do think Toshi might be heading down there for the time being, just to test that prior support and make sure that the support holds. You know, that support most likely will hold and we'll see an ascension. So if you are a Toshi holder, not financial advice, but you might be getting some opportunities here to DCA at a lower price, especially with that 618 spawning in right around that main support level right there at 3.3. So in the meantime, I do think there's that possibility that Toshi is going to be heading down possibly another 7%, but I don't think we're going to be going much lower than that. I would just put a buy order here at, 0.003. And then if it got hit, it got hit. And then you just ride that wave up to the next high, which if, like I mentioned, if we did break out of that next high, we would be going pretty decent move. And then if you have your large fib here, bottom of the top, similar situation, there is that possibility that once we get a bounce of support off that we're heading up to 7157, which from where we're currently at is approximately a 2x gain from where we are. So I'd be looking out for that slight pullback from here. Another 7% is possible, and then we can see a nice push to the upside from that point on. It's just indicators are a little hot right now and need to reset. So with that, none of this is financial advice, and if there's any coins you'd like me to chart, you can just send me a super chat in the comments and I'll get to your coin as soon as possible. Thank you.